All right, let's see if we can't get the rest of the upper abdomen done here real quick. We're going to go ahead and select these polys right here. And to make it easier, we'll go hit 1. We'll go back so that we can see kind of what's going on here. And we will need to select these two right here as well as we do this. So let's go ahead and extrude, Control E. And this time let's go all the way up, and we'll use edges to fill in the gaps, because I think it's a little bit quicker and easier that way. It would be totally fine to go ahead and extrude and do it that way, but I'm just going to go ahead and add edges. I think it's going to be that much faster and easier for us. So I'm going to go all the way up to the base of the head there, and I'm actually going to turn this. I'm going to hit rotate and turn it so it kind of fits with the head there. And then I will go into this side view, and let's go ahead and add a bunch of edges using the Add Edge tool. So Mesh Tools, Insert Edge Loop. It's like our best friend here. So I know that anywhere I'm going to need some detail, I need edges placed. Back. I'll actually undo that curve. We can add curve later on. So let's go back in here and let's use the Add Edge tool. We'll go into this viewport here. We're going to add edges for detail. So Mesh Tools, Insert Edge Loop. I'm going to add a couple here for the neck. I'm going to add a bunch here for the abdomen. We've got a ton of detail here, and we won't put it all in now, but we will definitely be putting in some detail now. We know we're going to have an immense amount of detail in there. So let's go ahead and give ourselves some to work with, but not too much, because you can always add more later. Okay, so we've got that. Let's go into vertice mode, and let's start doing that same exact process where we scale and translate our vertices into position. We can even rotate them here if we wanted. Like that. Okay. Go ahead to the next ones, scale them down, move them into position. Just roughing it out. Not too worried about what the final is going to look like. I know that if I follow this proportional model right here, if I just follow the instructions I'm given, if I just continue working this process, I know that I'll get pretty darn close to what I'm going for. And then from there, I can add all those extra details in. And I just have to rough out the basic shape here. There's no magic here, folks. It's just simple polygonal modeling. They call it subdivision surfaces because you create something simple and blocky, and then you subdivide it down, and it looks more realistic. And then you slowly add detail until you have something that looks excellent. Okay? And I think this alien's going to look great when we're done. I'm very excited. Or terrified, because seeing him in VR is going to terrify me. However, shooting him and watching his face explode in VR will be very satisfying. So one way or another, I'll get my satisfaction out of this situation here. Okay? So that's about it for this viewport. That looks good. We'll add these fins later. Definitely. We're not going to add them into the overall detail. Looks like maybe right there we could go out a bit like that. And it looks like I added the fin in this one, so I'll scale that down and move it over like that. Okay, so we're good on that viewport. Let's go over to this viewport. Same process. Don't worry about things like this. They're really easy to accomplish, but we definitely have our work cut out for us right here, as you can see. And I shouldn't have done the turn there because it's confusing now as to where these polygons go. but don't be confused. We've got this. We will of course be adding the arms later. What I'll do is I'll go ahead and move all these points down so that we can cut this poly out right here for the arms when we get to there. And we're going to need plenty of detail in this rib cage because look at all the fine detail that we've already got in our concept art. And we're going to mirror all those wrinkles and whatnot. And don't worry about this breaking right here. In fact, we could just do one side here at a time, but then we're going to enter into this issue. I just find it's easier to scale them all, but if I just scaled this side, it would totally work too. Again, there are a lot of different ways to accomplish the same thing in modeling. This is just my way. The better you get, the more you'll learn different ways, and you'll have ways that you like. That's okay. It's totally cool. You may find something and you can show me what you did and how it worked out for you, and I'm excited. There's no wrong way. There are wrong ways, I'll take that back, but you don't have to worry about it because you're not going to find those wrong ways. So we'll scale those in. What I might do is take these and just move them up like that. Okay, move them in a little bit like that. Okay, so everything I've done here is super simple. It's just following the roadmap that your hopefully you or your concept artist came up with. And if you don't have great concept art like this, you can go online and you can find something similar. So real quick, we'll move these two back by just selecting both of them and scaling them back down to center like that. Okay, so now we've roughed out our overall character. Let's go back and look. Looks like we got some weird stuff going on in here. And we could fix that. I'm not super worried, like I said. Somehow all that got scaled inward, but we can definitely fix all that. So our character's coming along. We'll hit 3 key to kind of preview. So definitely something going on in here. Part of it is that we have a seam down the middle. So don't worry about that just yet. We'll continue modeling the arms in the next episode. I will see you there.